Damn!
Give me the ball, bitch.
I'm gonna ask you one more time. Step in here so I can hear you. I can't.
Give me the ball. I'm gonna kill your ass.
You know what? I don't hear
This crazy son of a bitch.
Yo!
all of you.
Frank Vega is sitting quietly on the bus, riding in the back.
It would change my life forever. 144. The same route I took every day.
Two young thugs get on and start causing trouble. They begin harassing another passenger, demanding his seat and threatening him.
That geriatric ass before I kick it. Wasting my time, so why don't you get the fuck out of my seat?
The rest of the people on the bus stay silent, clearly scared. Frank keeps watching, staying calm, until he's had enough. He stands up, moves forward, and tells the thugs to stop. They laugh at him and mock him, thinking he's just an old man.
Asshole.
One of them throws the first punch. That's when Frank explodes into action. He blocks the strike and counters with powerful punches. In a matter of seconds, both thugs are bloodied and beaten on the floor, completely overwhelmed. Years back, Frank's life took a rough turn when he was sent off to fight in the Vietnam War, where he served for a full 10 years. By the time he finally made it back home, he was devastated to discover that his longtime girlfriend had married another man and already had 2 children. Heartbroken and lost, Frank decided to try his hand at joining the police academy, hoping his military background would secure him a spot. Unfortunately, they turned him down, which left him with no real career options. Unable to land a steady job anywhere, he resorted to selling hot dogs on the street, making that his primary source of income for much of his life. Things seemed stable enough until a brand new, modern hot dog truck rolled into town, stealing away nearly all of Frank's regular customers. With his livelihood taken from him, Frank was forced to live as a drifter, wandering from place to place without a steady home or income.
Kicking you in the ass.
Fast forward to the present day, passengers capture the entire event on their phones, and before long, the video spreads across social media. Overnight, Frank becomes a viral sensation, hailed as a hero. People begin calling him badass, and his face appears on t-shirts and graffiti across town. The police even give him rides around as a local celebrity. Frank and his mother are invited onto a talk show, basking in the sudden fame. Sadly, his mother passes away just 3 months later, leaving him her house and her beloved dog. Soon after, Frank's close friend and fellow Vietnam veteran, Klondike Washington, moves in with him.
Holy shit, Biscuit and Klondike gonna have boots.
Klondike hands over a USB flash drive connected to Frank's late mother's safe deposit box, though Frank has no idea what's on it. He simply locks it away for safekeeping. One evening, Klondike steps out to buy cigarettes but crosses paths with 2 thugs, Terrence and Sebastian. They're after the flash drive, but Klondike lies, saying he doesn't have it.
The ringers turned off. What can I tell you? I'm drawing a blank, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
The confrontation escalates into violence, and tragically, Klondike is killed. The attackers quickly flee the scene. When Frank learns of his friend's death, he rushes to the morgue, devastated by the sight of Klondike's body. He pleads with the police to investigate thoroughly and bring the killers to justice. Later, Frank's friend Officer Milwaukee visits, trying to assure him that the department is working hard on the case. But Frank grows skeptical after seeing news reports of other crimes being solved quickly while his friend's murder gets little attention. He also notices officers loafing around the station, seemingly unconcerned. Fed up, Frank decides to take matters into his own hands. Determined to solve the case, he starts investigating the alley where Klondike was gunned down. There, he discovers empty shell casings and a locket with a woman's picture inside. He takes the items to a pawn shop, where the owner identifies the locket as belonging to a criminal named Terrence, whose wife is pictured inside. With this lead, Frank heads to Terrence's house, only to find he hasn't been home for a week. Terrence's wife tells Frank he used to play basketball with friends at a local park, so Frank goes there in search of him. At the park, Frank approaches the young men playing basketball, hoping for information. Instead, they mock him, which enrages Frank. He fights them off and eventually learns that they're Terrence's friends. After being roughed up, they admit they don't know where Terrence is but suggest a man named Ronaldo might. Frank then tracks down Ronaldo's place, where his roommate says he's at a bar.
You make a terrible priest.
At the bar, Frank encounters resistance from a few patrons, but after dealing with them, he corners Ronaldo. Under pressure, Ronaldo reveals that Terrence has been spending time with a woman named Tanya. Meanwhile, Terrence and Sebastian's boss, a powerful gangster known as Panther, is meeting with the corrupt town mayor, Major Williams. Williams demands Panther recover the missing flash drive quickly, as it contains incriminating evidence of his corruption. Unknown to Frank, Klondike had once worked for Panther but betrayed him by stealing the mayor's flash drive. Continuing his investigation, Frank enlists the help of his young neighbor Martin. One evening, Frank visits Tanya's massage parlor to question her, but she isn't cooperative, so he follows her discreetly. His persistence pays off when he finally tracks down Terrence at her place. After a tense confrontation, Frank forces Terrence's hand into a trash can to make him talk. In pain, Terrence finally confesses, Klondike stole the flash drive, which contains evidence of Mayor Williams's illegal plans to drill for oil in the community. Terrence also tells Frank where to find Panther. Before facing Panther, Frank returns home but notices a commotion at Martin's house. Martin's mother, Amber, is being abused by her husband. Frank intervenes and protects her, earning her gratitude. The next day, Amber invites Frank over for lunch. He cleans himself up, dresses nicely, and the two grow close, nearly sharing a kiss before being interrupted by her son. Frank then insists Amber and Martin stay at his place for safety. Determined to end things, Frank gives the flash drive to Officer Milwaukee, then goes after Panther. But Panther anticipates this move and orders his men to ambush Frank. Frank is captured, beaten, and tortured with electric shocks in an attempt to force him to reveal the flash drive's location. Despite the pain, Frank refuses to talk. Panther, frustrated, steals Frank's wallet and heads to his house, thinking the drive might be there. Meanwhile, Frank cleverly escapes his restraints using a match from Amber. He ignites oil barrels, creating a massive explosion that destroys Panther's hideout. The chase continues as Panther flees in a bus, with Frank hot on his tail. A chaotic bus-to-bus battle erupts, leaving both vehicles wrecked. On foot, Frank is intercepted by the same two punks from the bus, who try to film themselves beating him up for clout. Frank takes them down once again and presses on. Panther eventually arrives at Frank's house, threatening Amber unless Frank hands over the flash drive. Frank arrives just in time, and the two men clash in a brutal fight spilling outside. When Panther nearly gains the upper hand, Amber jumps on his back, giving Frank the opening he needs to defeat Panther once and for all. In the aftermath, the police arrest both Panther and Mayor Williams, as the flash drive exposes their corruption to the public. With justice served, Frank finds a new sense of peace. He, Amber, and Martin begin living together happily,